Hello, y'all. Welcome back to another week, to another episode of Kintertainment. So, episode 4 just aired. We waiting on episode 5. I will say that episode 4 was a little bit better than episode 3, but I need them to start taking it up a little bit. Like, I feel like the action is moving a little slow, and I would like for it to move a little faster. Like, I want to see more, and it could just be me like fiending for new episodes because like I watch it at 11 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday night. And Abbott Elementary is back on now, but there's really nothing coming on weekly that I'm like anticipated to watch. So like I be waiting from Wednesday to the next Wednesday to watch this show, and I'm ready for them to take it up a notch. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but I'm waiting for them to start taking it up a notch. So first I want to say that these new braids, I'm loving these new braids that Jax has. At first, I thought they was long, like to her butt, and I love me some long braids, but they're not that long. I don't know. I just like these braids better than the ones she had before. I'm feeling these new braids. My So the first misconception that I want to clear up was not really a misconception. It's just a prediction gone wrong. I thought Bill was separated from his wife because of some type of race issue. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. It seems that he was putting his job before his family, and she actually does let him see the kids. So that was cleared up in this episode. I was wrong about that, but I'm hoping that they can work it out and get it back together. Like I want to see more of their story, and I can't wait to see what else they have to show us. So in this episode, they're working on the jury for Ozzy's trial. And when they went up to that white lady in accounting to like hear her opinions about Ozzy and like to see what she thought, they really started to like paint this trial in the way of like, oh, his abuser made him do this. And it was giving Menendez brothers. And I was like, oh Lord, was the daddy the abuser? Cause it seemed like that's what they were trying to paint it as. And I know like in real life, the OJ trial and the Menendez brothers trial was like kind of in the same time. I'm not exactly sure because I wasn't even born when this stuff took place. But I don't know. They just seemed like they were trying to paint it into a Menendez brothers type of way. But not really because Ozzy didn't kill his parents, but just using the whole abuse thing, the abuse angle to say that that's why he ultimately possibly ended up allegedly killing Wendy. Yeah, so it was kind of pointing me into the direction to thinking that, okay, maybe the daddy did abuse him. But we're going to get to it because I know y'all ready to talk about that piping hot tea. We're going to get to it. But at the same time, I still thought that Monica was the abuser. Y'all know I've been saying that since like whenever they was talking about abuse, I've been saying that. So, And then, so let's talk about the music. Y'all already know the music is A1 in this show. And when they was playing Sexy Red, I was like, okay, Jax had her little outfit on. And it was a cute little moment. I appreciated the Sexy Red turn up, but I just feel like of course the show is very sexy and we see the sexy parts, but I just feel like when I feel like and maybe I'm just like immature, but when they show it, cool, okay, I get it. But then when they talk about it right after showing it, or maybe it's just the way Lewis talks about it, it just made me cringe a little bit. Like I don't need to hear you talk sexy. I don't be wanting to hear that, but maybe that's just me. I'm sure that's just me. But yeah, it just be a little too much for me sometimes. It just be a little too much for me sometimes. And then they was trying to, but I do think it portrays real life a little bit because they were trying to like hurry up before their kids came home. And that could be understandable. Like, I get that. And then their child walks in. She didn't catch them or anything, but she walked in shortly after, and she comes with this attitude. Now, I told y'all last week that we had to put Naima on the prayer list. And like as this episode went on, she did better. But this part right here, I was like, them prayers was coming in handy, because if I would have slammed the door in my mama's face like that, it would have been over for me. There would be no more door. There would be no more me. But she finally found out that her daddy was, in fact, the daddy of that baby. And, of course, she was feeling some type of way. I feel like, she had her reason to react that way. And I felt like she was valid in her actions. I'm just telling y'all what would have happened to me. And then when they went to go talk about it, Spencer came back home from his performance art school. And while they were sitting there at that table, I really thought that they Aunt Viv Spencer. Like, he does not look the same. I see the glow up, Spencer. He's looking handsome. Not that he wasn't handsome before. But yes, he looks like a totally different person with the hair. And it's a good look for him. I'm loving that for him. So let's go to the scene where she's in the restaurant, where Jax is in the restaurant with all of her friends. So I'm thinking, I'm not thinking. We obviously see that Sally is an alcoholic. She can't put the drinks down. And we kind of saw her going into her alcoholism last season, because she put up her house for her cousin's bail. And that really started the tension between her and her husband. And now we know that they're getting a divorce. But she's telling Jax that they're still sleeping together. I'm hoping that, this brings them back together as a couple, but he didn't really seem to be feeling her last season at all. And, so I don't know if they're going to be able to reconcile, but the way she drinking this alcohol at this table and the way they talking, I'm thinking that Sally and her husband might be the subject of next season. Like, either Sally's husband just gonna be fed up with her and kill her or do something crazy to her, abuse her, whatever, or Sally is gonna do something in an alcoholic rage to hurt somebody. And I'm hoping that's not the case. But I mean, I think that could be a theory for season 4. Something might be going on, like the main part of season 4 might be about Sally and her husband. If not, I want to see some more of that in this season, because I'm really invested into where that's going, because she doing too much. And honestly, she brought this on herself. You don't go put your house up. You don't go making those kind of decisions without talking to your husband. Like that she knew better. She had to have known better. And then her and Jax going back at it, going back and forth. And Jax got all the comebacks. And so that was funny to see. Jax is going to clap back no matter who you are. She does not care. And she definitely clapped back on Sally. Y'all saw it. Now, let's go to Jack's mama. Here goes Jack's mama again. Not respecting boundaries. I understand that Eddie showed up to the house unannounced. But ma'am, first of all, you shouldn't have told him that you were going to Jack's house when he's trying to build a relationship with her and he's trying to be back part of the family. Because you don't know what this man might do. Then he shows up to the house and the kids overhear you talking to him and you just let him in. You should have came up with a quicker lie, because you knew Jax did not want her kid seeing that man. She wasn't ready for all that. But here you go, overstepping boundaries, letting the man in the house. And luckily for you, Mama Lou, nothing bad took place. Luckily, he was he helped the children through what they just learned about their father. But that's gonna even though he was helpful to the children, that's gonna come back to bite, because as we saw at the end, that's gonna be something. But we'll wait till we get to that part. But yeah, Mama Lou not respecting boundaries, per usual. Now here's a little juicy part. So they have at Lewis's job, they have a new black man. I'm assuming Lewis was either the only black man in the office, but he was if he wasn't the only one, he was one of very few. So they hired this new black man. This man then lied about not knowing how to code properly. So him and Lewis talked about that. Lewis tried to give him an out, like say, I'm here for you, but you're going to have to catch up. And that might require you to catch up on the weekends and during your unpaid time, but you're going to have to catch up. Now, I feel like that's not a bad thing, because the man was saying, it's hard for black men to get in these positions, which is true, because like I said, either Lewis is the only one or he's one of very few. So I feel like Lewis telling him that wasn't a bad thing. Like, in a way, he's looking out for you, but he's just letting you know, you're still going to have to catch up. Then the man, we later find out that the man signed a non-compete clause at his old job. So he really wasn't even supposed to be working at the new job. Now you're putting Lewis in a bad spot. And because Lewis tried to look out for you, now Lewis's boss that found out that you're not even supposed to be working there because you signed a non-compete. And then when Lewis is in a tough spot, now he got to let you go because they're not finna, whatever they have to do to keep you, they're not willing to do that because you already don't know how to code. And the higher ups don't know that, but Lewis don't know that. And you haven't showed the higher ups anything to where they need to keep you. So of course Lewis is on board with letting you go because at this point you're a liability. So he goes and tries to throw Lewis under the bus. First of all, he should have told Lewis when he confessed that he didn't know how to code. He also should have threw in that he signed a non-compete. He should have told him anything that was gonna get him caught up because now look where they at. And so then he gonna try to throw Lewis under the bus with the big boss. And now the big boss looking at Lewis all crazy, and Lewis is looking like, well, if only you knew what I know. But I'm glad Lewis ended up checking him, and I'm sorry, but I'm ready to see Sam go because he out of line for that. You don't do that. When you see your boss try to help you out, and then you try to throw them under the bus because you got caught up for something else that they didn't even know about, you don't then throw them under the bus. But Lewis definitely clapped back on him, and he not gonna be there long. Sam finna hit the door because Lewis just learned that if you give a man an inch, he gonna take a mile, and it ain't gonna be no more mile taken around here. So Sam, you gotta go. And now I'm actually scared that Lewis is gonna get fired from this job and is gonna put a strain on him and Jack's relationship again. They always going through it. They can't never just be in marital bliss. Never. And we're going to talk about another thing that's going to possibly put a strain on their marriage a little bit later. But now that we're off of Lewis and his job, let's go back to Ozzy. So we're at Ozzy's house again. Daniel and I don't remember Ozzy's sister name. I'm gonna just call her Kiki right now. I don't remember her name. I feel like her name is something close to that, similar to that. But we're just gonna say Kiki for right now. Daniel and Kiki on the couch. I really think her name is Kiki. I don't know. I'm not gonna Google it. I don't feel like it. Ozzy and Kiki on the couch cuddling, and they're not even really cuddling. They're just, she just got her head on his shoulder, but they're talking about Ozzy. But of course, we know that they like each other. And then Ozzy walks in, and he's just like, he kicks Daniel out basically. And he just all up in her business about what she doing with Daniel, and it's not a good look, and she needs to stop because she just discard her boyfriends, and it's just gonna ruin his case for them. Which he has a point. Like, that's she probably shouldn't be trying to pursue Daniel, just because he does work on Ozzy's legal team, and this could go south. But at the same time, that's a grown woman, Ozzy. Leave her alone. And the way, like, he just kicked Daniel out so quickly, it was just all over his sister. I don't know. It gave incest. It gave, like, they were sneaking around too. And I'm just like, is she the abuser? But I think she might be his little sister and not his big sister. So I don't know, but it just gave incest. And I know I'm probably reaching with that one, but yeah, I don't know. It's something about their relationship that seems a little too weird for me. And then the doctor came in there, after they kicked Daniel out. And I was wondering at first why the doctor was there, but then I remembered they said they were going to start doing weekly drug tests for Ozzy, since, he's an addict. But the doctor seems also a little sus to me as well. I'm not too sold on this doctor. Like, it just looks a little weird. Like Ozzy's taking drug tests because he's an addict, but then you go, prescribe him some medicinal marijuana. And I know that marijuana is, not typically bad, but for some people, marijuana is a gateway drug. And I just feel like you don't give a drug addict more drugs. So I don't know. That just didn't sit well with me. Let me know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think that Ozzy should be doing medicinal marijuana, even if it is to calm his nerves? I don't know. I just don't think that was smart to do. Like, is the doctor trying to set Ozzy up for something? This whole scene had me thinking that the doctor and Kiki were abusers as well. If not abusers, definitely enablers. Like, just throw the whole team away. Nobody is looking out for Ozzy's best interest but Jax and Daniel. And, of course, the legal team. But, yeah, like, I don't know. It's something fishy going on in that pond. And I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. All right. Now, well, first, before we get to the real tea, let's go back. So at the end, Lewis goes to confront Eddie because Jax and Lewis found out that Eddie came to the house. And they found out that, basically the children were happy with Eddie coming to the house. They were happy that they got to meet him. But Jax wasn't feeling slighted because she was thinking that she probably should let her father have a relationship with her children. But Lewis was still like, I don't know. But since he found out that Eddie was at the house, learning all of his dirty deeds, Lewis went to go confront Eddie. And Eddie basically put him in check. And he was telling him, yeah, I know all your business and you put your family through too much. So don't tell me what I didn't put my daughter through when this is what you put your family through. a side baby. You let Jackson had some man, she done had an affair with some man that almost tried to kill her, and this and this and that, and you let this go on in your house. Well, technically Lewis wasn't in the house at the time because they were separated, but still, all of this went on within their marriage, and so Eddie checked him on it. And then Eddie had the audacity to say that his wife pays the mortgage on the house, and basically Eddie just sit on the couch playing video games, which we know he don't just be playing them, like he actually creates them, like that's part of his job. But still, Eddie definitely did check Lewis, and I'm sure that was a blow to Lewis's ego. I'm sure Lewis don't ever want Eddie at his house. I'm sure Lewis don't ever want his children around Eddie. And I also think that, and so like what I was saying earlier, I think this is the other thing that's going to put a strain on Jax's and Lewis's relationship. I feel like they're going to be separated again. There might be a time in the show where we might see them get divorced. I don't know. I don't think they're going to let it go that far. But like I said, they're just never going to be able to be in marital bliss. It's always going to be something tugging at their marriage. And I hate that for them. But I love how we get to see them stay strong. Like, I love how we get to see them choose each other. So hopefully they continue to do that, because I mean, everybody throwing rocks at their marriage. Don't nobody want to see them happy. Not even their kids. Their kids even, well, Naima told Jax, like y'all, no, I think she told both of her parents, like, we can't ever be normal. Like, y'all can't never be normal. And she was not wrong. It's never normal in that house. But we're going to be praying for them. Let's just put the whole Stewart family on the prayer list, because they need it. They need it. Now, let's get down to the real tea, the grand finale, what we've all been waiting on. I told y'all that Monica was the abuser. Now, my head, like from day one, I knew Monica was the abuser. But my head was going back and forth like I don't know, like the way they were setting things up. I was like, it could be this person, it could be this person, it could be this person. But deep down, I knew that it was Monica, because I saw it in a little preview. And I don't know if anybody else saw this, because I don't be seeing previews after the other episodes. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to see if there's another one after episode 5. So I could see what's really going on. But I told y'all that Monica was abusing that man. And that's just sad and nasty. Like, why would you do that, Monica? But she did. And then they had Look What You've Done playing by Drake. Like, first of all, I haven't heard that song in so long. So when it came on, I was like, yes, because that's on one of my favorite Drake albums. Like, they was doing a big one when they played that song during that part. Like, that part probably was my favorite part of the whole episode. Just because of the score, like, and the way that they shot it all in red, because you know red is like the evil color, and it was just great. It was great cinematically, musically. It was great, because I think most people probably knew that Monica was the abuser, but the way they set it up, it still gave us a jaw-dropping moment. Now, what I'm confused about is, so Daniel actually broke into Ozzy's house. He didn't break in, because Kiki told him where the spare key was, but technically, if you want to get technical, he broke in, got the spare key, and was looking for Ozzy's journals, and he found Ozzy writing about it. So we're listening to Ozzy writing in his journal. We're listening to his inner monologue, and we're seeing this. But Monica says, "I know this is the night before your trial," and we're hearing about him writing I think this is the day that Wendy went missing is when he's writing. But I think what we're seeing is the day before Monica's trial. So, and in the inner monologue, he said, I was finally able to say no to her. But when we were watching, he did not say no to her because she said, come to bed, Ozzy. So I think that they are still having sex, which is weird because he now knows that this is abuse, and he was able to say no the night that Wendy went missing, but he wants to partake now. Maybe because he ain't had none in a little and his partner's gone. I don't know. And he did say that he liked it. Like he said, he didn't know that it was abuse because he actually enjoyed it. So maybe that's why he called her over that night. Because did she say, I'm so glad you called me? I don't know, but she said the night before your trial starts. So yeah, I'm kind of confused by that. And I watched this episode 3 times as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look more into that. Let me know what y'all think. Because yeah, I think we're hearing about one day and we're seeing another day. So I think that this abuse affair, I'm going to call it an abuse affair, is still going on. Well, I guess it's not abuse no more because they're both of age, but this affair is still going on because she said you got your trial tomorrow. So that is a little weird to me, but I can't wait to see how that plays out. I can't wait till we get this trial started because I think that's when all the action is going to come in. Oh, they mentioned a Byron in this episode. Like Byron is another drug dealer, I believe. So I wonder if Byron is Cordell because it's been 4 episodes and we still ain't seen Cordell. I don't know who Cordell's going to be, but I can't wait to see his acting skills on television. So yeah, I'm very excited for episode 5. I hope that it's better than all the episodes we've seen. Like I said before, I need some action. I need him to pick it up. It's going well so far. Jax's costumes are A1. The music is A1. Like the 3 songs in this episode, Annie Up, I love that song. They had Sexy Red. I spoke about that earlier. I was like, da 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 da. Get it sexy because that too. Never mind. Get it sexy. And then Look What You've Done. Like my mouth was to the floor when Look What You've Done came on because it was just such a nostalgic song for me. And then I feel like it just fit perfectly with the scene that was at hand. Like that was perfect. Like they did their biggest one. And I believe I already said that, but I just can't get over it. That was the best part of the whole episode. And yeah, I cannot wait. I will be watching Wednesday at 11 p.m. When you see this or listen to this, hopefully you listen to it before episode 5 comes out. I'm trying to get better with getting my episodes out earlier so you can actually have time to watch them before the episode comes out. But this will drop on Wednesday morning. So listen to it Wednesday morning so you can watch the show Wednesday night. Or if you gotta wait till Thursday, I understand. Wait till Thursday to watch the real show. Come here first before you watch that. And just let me know what y'all been thinking. What have been y'all's favorite parts of the season so far? Who's your favorite characters? What are you looking forward to seeing? What do you think's gonna happen? Now that I know that Monica's the abuser, I don't know. Well, who do you think killed Wendy? My money is on the sister. Because her and Ozzy are too protective over each other. And Jack said the sister's hiding something. I think she killed Wendy. But just let me know y'all's thoughts. And yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.